Hi everybody, welcome back on stage. So much for the race for now. You can stay connected to the race if you like via our parallel streams on YouTube and Twitch. Very welcome to do that, but stay tuned right here on the stage as well, because we're going to find out more about Grid Finder now. This is going to be a live podcast recording session right here on stage. So let me please welcome the team of Grid Finder and Sim Sundays podcast. Hello guys, welcome. Good to have you here. Fist bumps. Okay, we prepared here some seats over there.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Please, have a seat. And now the stage is all yours, which also means all you do, you are fully responsible for. Have fun, guys.
Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to an incredibly interesting, exciting version of the Sim Sundays podcast. It's new. We've done 20 or so episodes, and here we are live on the stage recording with Lawrence de Souza and Dave Cam, and I'm joined by my co-host Chris from Grid Finder. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hello, good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
This is new and exciting.
This is very new.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's a little surreal at the moment that we're actually sitting on stage at the Sim Racing Expo, honestly. And
yeah, it's very cool. I mean, the talks that we've seen so far have been great. They've been very interesting. We've been talking a lot about the business of sim racing, where sim racing is going, kind of the link between sim racing and motorsport, etc. It's been great. We're going to do none of that. We're going to do absolutely none of that. We've got these two guys who we're going to ask them to tell us 3 stories. 2 of them are going to be true, and 1 of them is going to be false. And then we're just going to have a bit of fun. I'm kind of excited. We've got Lawrence, Mr. What's the Crack? And we've got Dave Cam, who used to be a policeman, so I'm excited to see what their stories are. But first, how are you guys finding the expo?
Enjoying it. We had a bit of a late start this morning. Well, not this morning. We got in late last night. A couple of drinks last night. So it was a nice, steady beginning to the day. Loving it, though. There's lots to see. I've just circled it like a shark
like a
this
hawk.
morning. Yeah, just waiting for my opportunity to have a go on the best equipment, but there's too many people there. But I'll have a go over the weekend, but really, really good. Love it.
Skipping all the queues? Straight to the front?
Trying to. But no.
that's why Lawrence wore his shirt.
Yeah,
Straight in there. I can get you in there if you want.
Branding, yeah. I'm not that cool yet.
Lawrence, what have you seen? What have you seen so far that's piqued your interest?
Lots of cool products. A lot of people are kind of stepping up the bar. A lot of companies are kind of doing a lot of research that we weren't really aware of. And they're throwing shapes and kind of changing what they're doing, and what we thought they were going to be doing this year and in the coming year. So that's kind of cool.
So last week we spoke, and you said to me, like, I'm just going to go to the expo. I'm just going to be a punter. I'm just going to look around. I'm just going to drive some stuff. I'm just going to relax and go out in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm not going to record any content. And then I think every time I've seen you, I'm like, hi guys, it's Lawrence de Souza here, and here's another thing from ADAC.
That was my sole intention. I told everyone. I even told you. And then 5 minutes later, I bought a microphone.
I saw him on YouTube with a microphone. He said to me on Discord, I'm not even taking the camera, Dave. I put YouTube on, and he's there with this microphone. I thought, what's he doing?
You can't help it.
He's a maniac.
No, it's been great, and it's great to see so many people here as well. The last couple of days has been the B2B days, so we've kind of had a bit of time, bit of space to walk around, but now it's great to see so many people here. So, should we get into it? Should we get into your stories? We're going to start with Dave, because we figure Lawrence can talk for hours. So what we'll do is we'll go through Dave's stories first, and then Lawrence can just see out the show.
Right. So, I often tell my partner Julie that I have been given equipment for free to test when I've actually spent our money on new sim equipment.
Lying to Mrs.
Well, that
Dave
has
Cam.
to be true.
It has to be. I mean,
I once entered the Indy 500 on iRacing with no practice, literally logged on 5 minutes before the race started. I was streaming and won the race with the help of chat. And when I first, I'm an advocate of clean sim racing. Mm-hmm. No punting, no dive bombing.
yeah.
But when I first started racing on iRacing, I was suspended for a week for intentionally wrecking someone.
Ooh. Would that, I mean, if that's true, would that be an exclusive? Because you are kind of the face of clean racing.
Internet,
right? I mean, your videos, if you see dirty racing, I mean, you make it known.
Oh,
you name and shame.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're like putting out the iRacing IDs on there for people to troll, right?
Yep.
What do we think?
Ooh.
Interesting. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of. I don't know. What do you think? There was a little bit of a pause before the third one.
Yeah, there was,
right?
wasn't
So
there?
I'm
I
kind
think
of
it's because maybe you're embarrassed by it.
It is a little embarrassing. It is a little
Against your
embarrassing.
brand.
let's process of elimination. The first one, 100% true.
It has
the first
to be
one,
true.
Yeah.
like
That just seems like a normal
Like-
thing.
And you rattled that one off first, right?
yeah. So you lie about the price of stuff, or you withhold information. It's completely different to lying, right? You just. I mean,
Tell
what-
an alternative
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah.
yeah. You're not in uniform. You can tell us.
It's all right until you get found out. You can lie all you want until you get found out. And stupidly, I forget to hide boxes.
Receipts.
And then sometimes forget that, we do have an account that's shared. So she can actually see what I spend.
So, I mean, Julie, Mrs. Daycam, is in the audience somewhere.
She's
so we
over
can
there,
see if
my
we can get
Julie.
like a thumbs up or a
Who
thumbs
is this?
down, whether or
Hello,
not that's
Julie.
true.
It's
Oh,
Janet.
okay. Insider information over here. So, remind us of the second story.
The second story was I entered the Indy 500 on iRacing with no practice, not knowing anything about IndyCar. Started the stream, signed up 5 minutes before the race started. So it was the once-a-year Indy 500.
A lot of
and
detail
won
here.
the race.
You won the race.
Won the race.
So I also
With the help of chat.
believe this one because it's a different class in iRacing, right? So you had a different rating, and
Different
you are a good driver, and chat is tremendously helpful when it comes to stuff like that. So I kind of believe that one as well. I don't know. I mean, it's a great story.
I mean, we can ask for details and see if he crumbles with the details.
see, it was live on stream, and I think I might have seen it at some point.
Twitch.
Oh, okay.
This was live on Twitch.
on Twitch.
When I used to stream on Twitch.
Oh, so a while ago. Okay.
What were your tire pressures?
I don't know. It wasn't ACC. I didn't pay attention.
Can we ask the audience?
We can ask the audience. What do we think? Story 1, 2, or 3?
Which one's the lie? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
There's a 1,
Three.
3, a
2, 2, 3,
Oh.
3. There's a lot of threes.
I saw
There's
one
a lot of
over there
threes.
as well. They were helpful.
Remind us.
A nice mix, just like we. Like,
So remind us of the third story.
The lie. So when I first started iRacing, I was banned or suspended for a week.
So this was in 1990.
This was in 2017,
Yeah.
and I was suspended for a week for intentionally wrecking somebody on the last lap in the Global Mazda at Okayama.
Ooh.
wow. Adding
The specifics now have me a little bit
Specifics.
thrown.
Why did you do it? Why did you do it, Dave?
Because he punted me earlier on the race.
Oh, okay.
retaliation.
Classic
this was
revenge.
and it was a revenge punt.
Yeah.
100% revenge punt. And I am ashamed of it.
Yeah.
I am ashamed of it. Don't do it.
Have you got the footage of this?
No, I didn't stream it or anything. That
Oh,
was before
this is pre-stream.
I started streaming.
Oh,
So I'd literally just found iRacing, sim racing. I didn't know you couldn't do that. I thought that would have been all right. But I did lose my mind for half a lap and caught him and punted him.
Did you
Literally
get
punted him.
like DMs in the chat afterwards?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. I got
Poor
the
guy
email,
just
got the email
broke
from
down.
iRacing. I was invited to explain what happened, and I
To
couldn't.
who? Was there like a panel?
To the stewards
you
at
have to stand
iRacing,
in
they
front
send you
of
an
a group
email.
of people.
Oh, really?
So the stewards send you an email inviting you to
So,
talk about what happened.
I don't know if they do that. I think they just suspend you, don't they?
No.
I like the
no,
idea of you have to walk into an office and there's a row of
Yeah.
people.
They just what you just gone.
I'm a clean driver, so I wouldn't know. So you're gonna have to.
Well, that's the one and only. I've been protested before.
Yeah.
But that's the one and only time that it's been
Okay.
serious enough to suspend me.
All right. What do you guys think? I think I've changed my mind slightly.
Have you? What? How? Why?
I think that was quite convincing. I think the second one is harder to believe. I'd be delighted if it's true. He's either sold me the greatest lie and thrown me, or
I mean, isn't there quite a lot to know about IndyCar? The IndyCar has some very kind of like technical things that you need to kind of practice in terms
Weight
of
jackers.
setup, etc.
Weight jackers. I didn't know anything about weight jackers.
He knew nothing about weight jackers.
Chat told me. Chat told me.
About weight jackers.
And
But
apparently
then
that-
how did you have your weight jacker button mapped? That's what I want to know. Now, I reckon it's number 2.
yeah, number 2's the lie.
I think it's number 2.
Yeah.
So we're going 2? 2?
I'm voting 2. What do we
Two?
have in the
2?
audience out here?
2?
Still got a 1.
Oh,
There's
everyone's
a
saying 2.
There's an
Okay, we're
agreement.
convinced.
Dave?
The lie is that I was suspended on iRacing. I've never ever deliberately punted anybody ever.
That would wreck your brand.
Yeah, definitely.
That would completely wreck.
So sorry everyone, but I did win the Indy 500, with 5 minutes practice, and chat was telling me when to pit, what strategy,
That's
changing,
awesome.
adjusting
That
the
is
weight
amazing.
jacker because that adjusts the balance of the car. I didn't know anything about the car.
And you've kind of messed up my mind a little bit because I was thinking, well, the first one's the truth, but it's not. It's also a lie. So the lie was a truth, but actually the story is a lie. So lied to Mrs. Dave Cam.
Yeah, and I have hidden the fact that I've bought equipment and told Julie that I've been sent it for review. One of the big things was a SimuCube 2 Pro wheel, so it's like £1,000 disappeared out the bank account.
Yeah.
Oh no, Julie, it was sent to test.
I won the Indy 500.
I've just been disqualified on Iris. Give us a break. But yeah, but I don't do that anymore. Julie, I don't do that anymore.
By the way, the
like
Dave Cam
on
and
the
Mrs.
bank
Dave
account
Cam
right now.
relationship on Twitter.
We are.
It's
Yeah.
my favourite iRacing couple. Probably the only iRacing couple I know, if I'm being honest. But,
Oh, yeah.
but by default,
Yeah.
so you should follow Mrs. Dave Cam on Twitter,
Yeah.
Dave Cam on Twitter.
It's like that.
I like how they just give each other,
But when we're not on social
Beef.
media, it's like that 24/7. So we know we can take it. So doing it publicly, that's fine.
Nice. Okay, right. Lawrence, are you ready? Have you rehearsed your stories?
I still can't believe you got me.
Sorry, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, well done.
Well
Well played. Well
Thank you.
played.
Cheers.
That's twice today you've got.
It is. I've got you done it
Check
twice.
his Twitter. Okay, so my first story is that I was once selling someone a car, and they wanted to know if it could drift. So I did what any person trying to sell a car would do. I drifted the car in front of a squad car, in front of the police. And I got away with it. The police car didn't even pull me over. That's my first story.
Sounds a bit Fast and the Furious movies, but
Does.
Yeah.
Does.
The second story is that the first time I did my driving test, I passed it the second time. The first time I failed my driving test because they said I was too distracted because I was talking too much.
True.
True. Right, move on.
Yeah. Sold.
easy.
Move on.
I love the idea of you just making small talk with your examiner as you're going round.
In my head, I pictured him with a phone camera. Like, hey, we're live.
We're live at my driving test. Yeah. He's like, if you could just take a left now. No, we shouldn't go down there. We should go down there.
And the third story is that I once won a car at work.
Oh.
So
What kind of car?
a Toyota Yaris hybrid in 2016.
What colour?
Silver. It was silver.
Did you keep it?
What's it?
No, I took the money.
Took what?
Wait,
You
so
mean
you
you
won a
took the
car?
money? Did you keep the car?
No, they offered a money prize. As
Oh,
an
you never
alternative.
said that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
confused. Then.
Okay.
So, all right. So money
No,
or the car?
Yeah. But I won the car is like better than I won money.
How much money?
€22,000.
Real quickly, what was the car that you were drifting at the beginning?
A R33 Skyline.
Right.
But it was a non-turbo, so the guy wasn't convinced. I was like, it can drift.
All right. Okay.
That sounds like a scene out. You know the Sim Racer movie? I don't know if it's out yet or if it's coming out. There's been this big thing about the Sim Racer movie coming out. This feels like a scene from that.
Yeah, could be. Couldn't it? Yeah.
It was like it was pitch black. It was about 12:30, like it was like nearly 1 a.m. No cars around, a little bit wet.
Except the squad car.
And I'd put the squad car, but I didn't see him until the last minute. I'd put tires from another car onto it because I didn't want to sell a car with good tires and good wheels and all. I wanted to keep the wheels, so they were plenty slippy and all that. So actually, it was dry. It was dry, and we were just drifting a couple of roundabouts. A lot of roundabouts near my
Don't
house.
try this at home. We don't endorse this on the Sim
Don't
Sundays
endorse it.
podcast.
Keep it on the track.
Very illegal.
Keep it on the track.
And as far as my wife is concerned, this never happened, right?
Well, it might have never happened. You could lie, but so
She'll
you're
never
telling
know.
us
So
How will she find out?
Nobody watches my content.
The internet is temporary.
No one's watching.
so you're saying that you took the wheels off the car, put the wheels back on the car,
Yeah,
showed
put
him the
different wheels.
drift, and then put the wheels.
No, I
Back
sold the
again?
car with those bad tires.
Okay.
And
So-
so he bought it. He was impressed enough by your drifting ability
He
to
bought
buy
it, yeah,
it.
there
See,
and
that's
then.
where I'm not so sure.
So
Yeah,
we,
you wouldn't.
we
would
were,
you? You wouldn't buy a car if you knew it had been driven.
we,
by this
we were
guy.
going broad sideways around the roundabout, and I did see headlights in the distance, but it was a big roundabout. Came back around, and I saw the headlights. But in Ireland, the squad cars at the time had a big like strip along the side, like the reflective strip, and we saw the reflective strip, and he was like, "Oh, you know," and I kind of indicated, straightened up, went off this little country road, looked in my mirror, and the squad car went the other way.
Oh, so it didn't pull you over?
Didn't pull me over.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay.
You're going to go and have a word with your Irish counterpart.
Yeah, is it night? Like
Night time, yeah.
Night shift cops.
Yeah, but who's buying a car at like
Exactly.
midnight,
Oh, that's a
night
good
shift?
point.
That is a good point, actually.
And then so you're drifting around this roundabout,
Yeah.
and you turned on your blinker to turn.
Blink.
To,
Oh,
like,
yeah, straighten
pretend
up.
like, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
turning. It's okay.
Think always
in
think
the middle
safety.
of.
Think
Yeah.
safety when drifting.
Right.
You've always got to be safe.
Oh, I'm going to switch directions.
You've always got to let other motorists
Think
know
bike.
when your drift is going to come to an end.
Yeah.
I am also a skilled driver, like my colleague here.
Okay, so that's the first story.
I don't buy that.
I'm not
Nobody
sure.
would buy a car. Although I went to Scotland and bought a Fiat 20-valve coupe at like midnight. He picked me up and I drove up there and yeah.
Did you do any
Interesting.
drifting
This is
around
sketchy.
roundabouts?
No, I didn't know. I didn't do that. I didn't do any wheel spins or.
Remind us of the second story.
The second story was, which order did I do them in?
Uh-oh.
Just tell
Here
us
we
the
go.
line.
It's all falling apart now.
No,
Single thread. And it all comes apart.
I'm trying to think.
The second one's a lie.
Or else I'm telling you guys a lie again.
Again.
What was that?
Oh, again.
What was my
really
second
only
one?
talked about the first one.
And what was my third one?
Driving test.
The driving test.
I failed my. I thought it was the other one, winning the car, that I was second.
No, that was the last one.
So yeah, failed my driving test for chatting too much. So
What were you chatting about?
just everything, just about. So I had in my driving lessons with the like I had a driving instructor who was very chatty. So we were constantly, and I did it in that car. I didn't own a car at the time, and I was just chatting that because I didn't know the town where we were and stuff, and I was nervous. Like it meant a lot to me to get a driving license. I had had a motorbike before that, and it's a different license. Got in the car, and I was doing lots of chatting, and there were little things as a result of the chatting. Like you have to do a corner reverse. Like I don't know if you have to do it in the UK test as well.
Yeah.
You have to do a corner reverse, and the instructor said that I was looking in my mirror too much, and I was chatting. I was distracted, and that was one of my major flaws. You're allowed like 2 or 3 major something, and that I was just in general like I was kind of coasting on the like when we were going at junctions at hills. I wasn't putting up the handbrake soon enough. I was kind of using the clutch to keep the car.
There's almost too much detail here.
So much
There's
detail
a lot of
in it,
detail.
right.
There is.
Lady doth protest too much, I think.
What car was that in?
A Ford Fiesta, 2004 Ford Fiesta.
So-
That's a lot of detail.
Did he not warn you about that before? Did he not say stop talking, Lawrence?
No.
You've never heard that
No,
before?
he was very.
Has anybody ever said that to you?
He was extremely chatty. My driving instructor was.
He was chatty and
He
you were
was chatty,
Yeah,
and then
but-
he failed you because you were chatty?
No, my driving
Imagine
instructor.
that car though with him and somebody else chatting. Can you imagine?
No one's listening to
That is
anything.
a lot of chat. That is a lot of chat.
My driving instructor didn't do the test. It was a different tester. So
Well, he couldn't do the test.
But I had
the
to-
test.
I had to
If he
rent-
did it, that would be cheating.
yeah. So I had a lesson about an hour before my actual test, and my driving instructor had to be there anyway because I was using his car. Because rather than stepping into a new car, because I'd never driven, a proper car, so that was the one I'd done 10 lessons in, and that's what happened.
There's
Okay.
so many details.
Is that one a lie though?
Which one was that?
You were clearly in the interrogation branch of the police, weren't you?
I have
You nearly had him there.
interviewed 1 or 2 people, Lawrence, in my time.
Has Lawrence got any tells? You know how like people have like the little twitch?
A little
or
bit.
Like a little
a little bit.
blink?
He has got something. I don't know if he's aware of it, but he has got something.
What was the third
He
one?
smiles when he's telling a lie. He smiles.
But he's always smiling.
He's trying not to now.
The final one was that I won a car.
That you won. Oh, but you
Won
took
a
the
car.
money.
But you
But
took the money instead.
Where did you work?
With EMC. They're
You
now.
won it from work, you said, right?
It was So there are like thousands of people in the company, and there's like a monthly thing that you pay into. I was only with the company 3 months, so it was the 3rd month that I was in this draw of like 3,500 people or something like that, and I won the top prize. There are like other prizes as well. Like there's a €5,000 prize, a 1,000, and a couple of €100 prizes. And I was just working, and we had 2 offices. spread out, like there's like 2 campuses. The draw takes place in the main campus in the large cafeteria and stuff.
A lot of
I'm just
detail
putting
here.
in more detail for you guys.
But, so you won the car and you opted for a cash prize.
Yes.
Was that to the equivalent value of the car, or was that
Effectively.
another prize? And what happened to the car?
So the dealer just sells the car then. So the dealer, the dealer ends
I'll
up.
just sell it.
Yeah, the dealer ends up giving you a cash alternative, and the cash alternative is less than what the car would retail
I'm
for.
not having that. I don't think
Do you know
they
what,
would do
though?
that.
The only thing that
I don't think they would do
I
that.
actually have a funny feeling that when Lawrence came on the Sim Sundays podcast previously, I think you told that story. There were a lot of stories. Obviously, we had to split your episode into several acts.
Yeah.
I think it was in part 7. I'm sure that's when you might have actually mentioned this story before.
I'm not buying
But
that.
if that's the lie, then I'm going to just... It's very obvious I wasn't listening. I must have tuned out at some point.
So, and this is not a lie. I did not tell you that story.
oh,
Not
okay.
that one.
Okay.
I'm not buying that.
What-
I don't think the garage would offer a prize and then just, we'll just sell it.
Yeah,
If
if
it
you
doesn't
opt
want it,
for
just sell
money,
it.
they're not going to be like, well, we'll give you less since you opted for the
No,
thing.
we're going.
You are loving this. Look at you. You're absolutely loving us having us wrapped around your little finger
I could
here.
see the companies like you picking the second highest prize and then giving the other person the chance of the car. I could see that, but not the garage just saying, sell it.
Yeah.
It's all part of the agreement of the prize.
I'm not having that one.
So what are we
I'm
thinking?
not having that one. I think that's a lie. I think that's a lie.
You think 3's a lie?
I don't know. I don't really believe that a test drive in drifting around a roundabout and turning on a blinker to get out of it and try to fool the cop. I don't believe that one.
Okay, so we've got the driving test. Sorry, so in order, we've got the drifting,
Yes.
the driving test, and you won the car.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we think out of those 3 stories? What are we thinking? 1, 2, or 3?
Which one's the lie?
Yeah, which one's the lie?
For me, I think the car is the lies, the prize, the winning the car.
I don't know.
I still think it's number one.
But Lawrence might not know what happened to the car, though. He maybe doesn't care. Just show me the money.
I made a profit on the car.
Oh, you know what this is? Actually, do you know what I think this is? I think this is going to be like, of course I didn't fail my test first time. I passed the second time. The second one's a lie. Okay, I'm going to go with 2 for that reason.
You think 2's a lie?
I'm going to go 2.
Yeah, I was either between 1 or 2. 2 or 3, sorry.
So, okay.
I still don't believe the drifting for a test
So
drive.
1. Okay, so we've got a 1, a 3, and a 2.
I think Lawrence would drift a car, though,
Yeah, so do
to
I.
make a sale.
So do I.
I
Okay.
think Lawrence would drift a car.
It's all about the sale.
Do you want to reveal all? Which one's the lie?
Yeah.
Which ones have you chosen?
I'm going
We all chose a different one.
Yeah, we've all chosen different ones, but I'm
Well,
going
you
2.
guys are going to have to agree.
Okay.
Okay.
We need help.
What do we have in the crowd
1, 2, or
out
3?
here?
Anyone? We got 3 over there.
Okay.
3. Oh, everyone's thinking 3.
Everyone's thinking 3.
2. Oh, 2.
Okay.
Okay. Ah!
Now it's even.
Right, should we go 3?
So everyone believes that you would drift a car, or
Yeah, that one
I
is
think
one's out of contention.
I mean, a lot of people watch my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It happens.
Okay, we're going 3. We think you never won the car.
Yeah.
let's go 3.
Let's do this.
So, you guys did a great job because the answer was number 2.
I knew it. Because of
Driving
course
test.
you
You failed
passed
your
first
driving
time,
test.
right?
Number 2. And you know what's so funny is that your lie is so similar to my lie.
Right.
Like, I failed the driving test because of something. You punted someone because of,
Yeah.
it's like they're driving related
Yeah.
thing.
So did you pass first time or second time?
Passed first time.
I knew it. I knew
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what this
yeah.
was about.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't listen to him. I'm useless at this.
Oh, I passed
That's why
first
I'm not a
time.
cop anymore.
Yeah.
Been sim racing
that's
too
it,
long.
yeah.
you guys.
And since that day, I have not skidded a car on the road because it was too close.
I bet the heart was beating just a little fast.
Oh my God!
When you
Yeah.
realized.
and the guy in the passenger seat was like, "Oh my God!"
Was it a full-on drift then? Like a
Full on, broad sideways,
full up
tire
full
smoke.
drift.
So he
drift.
bought the car.
Excellent.
He probably just felt bad, and he's like, now I have to buy the car.
No, well, like he ended up leaving, and he was like, "Well, what if I get pulled over on the way home?" But he was kind of going like an obscure way. He lives out the country and stuff like that. I was saying, "Well, the car is still in my name anyway, and if they're going to get me, they're going to get me. It's nothing on you."
Yeah.
So that was stupid. I was young and stupid,
Incredible.
but I
Young
learned
and
my
carefree.
lesson. Learned my lesson.
And the car, you won the car.
I won the car. Yeah.
Been there 3
Yeah,
months.
my third time there. Everyone else was sickened.
And you took the car or the cash?
I took the cash instead. Yeah. and invested in some JDM cars. So
Incredible.
Nice.
That's
Dream.
Wow.
That's absolutely amazing.
Unbelievable.
I'm still picturing myself test driving a car and being like, hey, can you drift this real quick to see if it, will?
Do you want to buy my Porsche?
Oh, I actually kind of like that one over there.
Does it drift?
Does it drift? Can you switch the tires
Be arranged.
before we do? 'Cause
Yeah.
So, what are you guys looking forward to doing for the rest of the weekend here at the expo?
Meeting more people. Love speaking to people about sim racing. That's why we're all here. It's a common interest that we all have, and speaking about it comes naturally to all of us, I think. We all share the passion and the weird little hobby that is sim racing. So yeah, spending more time here, looking at some equipment, which I haven't had time to yet, but speaking to people, meeting people. Yeah.
Have you had a lot of people that watch your channel come up and say hi?
Yeah, loads, which is bizarre. It's surprising. I've built up quite a following, but I don't really pay any attention to it really. And then when somebody comes up and recognises you, you think, oh my word, crikey, he knows who I am.
Yeah.
You forget sometimes that you're on YouTube, so it's a bit bizarre. So I want to do that and then try and take some more covert photographs of Lawrence eating sausage rolls.
he's going to be hiding
general
in rigs
pastries.
and just ducking behind corners.
I got one
trying to
earlier
catch
on, so
you.
I will. There was another opportunity which I passed up on. I felt guilty. I thought it was putting a sausage roll in his mouth over there. Took a photograph, but then later on, sorry, he was doing something else. I thought, should I? No, that might turn into bullying.
It would be a battle between how you can capture each other in the
Exactly,
moment.
exactly. So I've started it now. So I fully expect Lawrence to step up and catch me doing something.
And you have to create more images, more material for Lawrence's incredibly dedicated
Absolutely,
Discord
Discord,
community.
yeah.
They need meme material.
Oh, yes.
At this point
sausage
now,
roll
I
would
almost
be
want to
good.
walk around and take photos and just put it on the Discord and
Pass
see
them
what
out.
they
Do
come
with
up
them
with.
what
Feed
you
them,
will.
just feed them. Yeah.
This is art. Lawrence, what are you here to see?
Kind of similar, chatting to
I thought
people.
you were about to say Dave.
Yeah.
I'm actually going home now.
It's great to chat to, you don't just have access to people who work at a company. You have access to the CEOs of companies. You've got lots of people who are aspiring content creators as well. And it's great to chat to them, hear their story, and meet other people who are in a similar field as well, doing their content creation. And it's just fun to get their perspective on stuff, listen to people talk about product, what did you think of this, what did you think of that, I guess soak that all in. I know it's very much a hardware, showcase, but it really is a people event, if that makes sense.
It is.
Yeah.
One thing that I would really love to do if I was to have a target for the next 24 hours, I'd like to speak to more people on the software side of things. Because I've already been here a couple of days. I've been around to all the different stands and stuff. I'd love to have, just speak to people from iRacing, LFM, BeamNG. I'd love if there was representation from a lot of the apps that we use, like, Crew Chief, ACC, or AC Content Manager, some stuff like that. It would be really cool to have access to those people. So hopefully in future events we can do that.
Are you sure? Sorry, are you sure it wasn't two that was true?
I would love to one day get Crew Chief on the podcast, but the only problem I would have is I get a little bit of PTSD from hearing his voice, because I usually hear his voice in the context of I've just done something wrong.
Yeah.
Flag, or somebody is catching me.
Yeah.
So to have to listen to that voice for like a full 45 minutes, it might make me a little bit anxious. But this has been, the Sim Racing Expo has been great for that exact reason, right? Getting to speak to some very cool people. So we had, just before this, we spoke to Thomas Jackmeyer of Fanatec, incredibly cool guy, and he showed us around his 25 years of Fanatec thing, and we were kind of nerding out over the Command and Conquer Red Alert control pad that they have, which is freaking awesome. And then I did my first fanboying over a streamer. And you were there, Dave. I'm sorry, it wasn't you. It was David Samsoid. So Samsoid is the first sim racing channel I ever saw ever. And I was stuck at sea for like 4 months, going between like Qatar and the Mediterranean. And whenever I got signal, I would like download some YouTube videos to watch, like in my cabin, just when I had time off. And one of them that was recommended to me was a Samsoid video. And I didn't know what sim racing was at this point. And I watched this Samsoid video. I was like, oh, this is cool. iRacing, never heard of it. Is it like Gran Turismo? So next time I got signal, I downloaded like gigabytes worth of Samsung stuff, watched all of his stuff. Then I came across Dave Cam's stuff and like watched all that. And it kind of got me into sim racing. So when I hit land, I had this I had the Thrustmaster waiting for me and all that.
Yeah.
So seeing him today was very cool. But walking around the expo hall, there's so many interesting people. And I kind of liked how you put it, Dave, like our weird little hobby. We're kind of all, all part of one community,
I've always
right?
been a motorcyclist, and I always found whenever I went on a bike meet, or you had that camaraderie, and it was like a brotherhood. And I get a very, very similar vibe with sim racing. We're all here for the same thing. Nobody needs to speak about why we're here. It's just we all just chat and talk and get on, no matter what simulator you like or what brand you're a fan of. Yeah. We're all here for the same reason, aren't we?
Are you sure that doesn't matter?
It depends what sim. SEC.
There, I got you back.
Yeah, thanks.
Give the sponsors.
You're going a bit red there.
Yeah, you'll pay for that one. You'll pay for that one.
How was so we need to let's get some insider information here. How was the streamer dinner last night? So you went out with Random Call Sign, Jardier. I saw that picture of you all. What did you chat about? Was it force feedback and tire models?
Nothing remotely sim racing or streaming related. It was all just kind of getting to know each other. Yeah, it was good fun. We had a few beers last night as well. Yeah. Just wanted to make Dave's day even longer after he missed his flight. And
You missed your flight?
Well, no, we didn't miss the flight. The flight missed us.
Oh, okay.
So we flew from Manchester to...
That's a lie.
We should got buzzers.
Manchester to Frankfurt, and we got there 5 minutes before the plane was due to leave, and it had gone. And I says, "What do you mean it's gone?" It's gone. Like, what do we do now? We're in Frankfurt, so they give us a ticket. You might be able to get a train.
Oh, did you get a train?
No.
Oh.
I hired a car. Instead. I thought the easy thing is just to hire a car. Frankfurt, drove down. So we didn't get here till about 5:30 last night. So I missed that dinner, so we just had dinner in the hotel.
And last night, he told me this whole story. And then, like, 5 seconds later, Julie goes, "You should have used that for one of your truths and lies."
Yeah, I should have done. Yeah, I should have done. She's too wise. She's too wise for me. She's the brains in the operation, I tell you.
Awesome.
But it's been good so far. Tonight, hopefully have a couple of drinks and meet some more people, and same again, hopefully, tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm honestly hoping to get a couple more of the CEOs for the podcast, just so that we can line up some real interesting conversations. Because we're creating this mini series of all the different interviews that we're doing here, and then we're also going to release the full podcast that's we're doing right now, technically. And some of the stuff that's been coming out of these conversations is more interesting than the sim racing stuff. It's like their journey, how they went through the mindset of being a CEO of just this little hardware company. And I started in my garage, they'll say, and I just started welding together pipes and trying to figure out how I can make my own sim rig. And then all of a sudden my friend wanted one, and then it got bigger and bigger from there. It's so interesting to hear these stories.
And that's actually a great point, because one thing that I've noticed, because I've been chatting to a lot of CEOs, one thing I've really noticed is that nobody wants to just do what the others are doing. Everybody wants to engineer their way to a solution that's unique and different.
Yeah, there's never like the let's go spy on these guys.
Yeah,
so
it's a very healthy. So even if they want to do something that's similar, they want to do it in their way. So obviously their IP is very, very important to them. But just even the way they're speaking, it's like, I've had 2 or 3 of the CEOs say to me, it's no fun to just copy what somebody else is doing.
Yeah.
You have to do it your own way, and you have to do it better. And I think that holds true for sim racing as well. If you're chasing a car and you do exactly what they do, you're going to make all the mistakes they make as well.
That's interesting. That's a good point.
Yeah,
you need to make sure that you're better to get in front of them. If you keep following them, you're never going to get ahead of them.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your
Thank you for
time.
having me.
Thank you for coming on the stage. It's been a lot of fun. Bit of comic relief between the sessions. So
Still don't believe that drifted that car.
It happened. There was one witness. If there was no
There was
witness,
one witness.
the guy who bought the car.
There was one witness, which worries me.
There were
Now
two
there are no
now.
witnesses. Yeah,
I'm going to miss that car.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate you guys coming on the show, and we've had you on the show. We would love to have you again. We need to get you on the show,
Again.
And again, oh yeah, I wasn't there. I was unable to make that show.
You were on a holiday, I think. You were in
Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I was.
Yeah,
It was a terrible time. You know?
I don't feel too bad that you missed it, to be honest.
I would love.
was
To be honest, you didn't really miss much.
No. Well, I basically made that show feel very uncomfortable from the start by opening the show by saying, "Oh, Dave, last time I saw you was in McDonald's," and Dave was like, "I've never met you before." I was like, "No, I saw you. In McDonald's. You were just eating. I was just watching."
Yeah, in the car park. Yeah, Julie and I were in the car park in McDonald's, and then I got a message from you saying, I saw you in McDonald's car park eating your breakfast, didn't you?
You were at
And, like, I
McDonald's
didn't
at
even see him.
7:45.
He was just watching me eat a hash brown.
Yeah, you just picture him like in the car.
Yeah,
like,
just waiting.
You know, like the behind the steering wheel, just kind of looking over the top.
At least he didn't take a photo.
Like, yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, I know it would do that, though. It would take a photograph of somebody eating. Not me.
Well, we really appreciate, once again, thank you for
Thank you
joining
all
us
for
on the
having us.
stage. This has been a very surreal thing that we got to do this. And Tom, obviously, we have the Sim Sundays podcast. It's released on Sundays, every single Sunday at 8 p.m. UK. We stream it live to YouTube, and then we also put it on all the podcast services out there. So if you'd like to see it live, tune in on YouTube. If you don't want to, then go ahead and Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, and a bunch of those smaller ones as well.
Yeah, the weird ones.
And yeah, we'll see you for the next episode, hopefully. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.